Hi, this video is a revision video on the Olympics and Paralympics. So let's get going with this one. And let's start here with the values. So in a previous video, we talked about values that are promoted in sport. This time we're talking about some different values, which are the Olympic values and the Paralympic values. And they are excellence, friendship, respect, courage, determination, inspiration, and equality. I quite like to remember them with this phrase, and it's feed, Rick, okay, so if you put feed Rick on your page, see if you can link the right values with the right letters. Okay, so if we quickly go through those, we have excellence, striving to do your best, friendship, which can be linked to tolerance, which we talked about in the other values. Respect was one of the values that was mentioned in the other video, so that crosses over. Then we have courage, determination, being determined to push yourself, inspiration, which can be linked with role models, and equality. So that's equal opportunities for all. So that's really important that you try and memorize those by remembering feed Rick. Let's move over here to the Olympic flag or the Olympic rings. And in a lesson, you remember that we talked about what the 5 rings represent, in that they represent the continents, so 5 continents, and the colours are all representative of colours that appear on all the national flags. Okay, and that was the whole idea, that it represented all the countries that take part in the Olympics by representing the continents, and then the colours that represent all the colours on the flags of the countries that take part. So that's the Olympic flag. Let's move over to the Olympic creed. And this was a statement which was first written by Pierre de Coubertin, a French man who was one of the people who had the idea of developing the modern Olympics. You're probably aware that the Olympics was modelled on the games that used to take place in ancient Greece, but then these were resurrected by Pierre de Coubertin, who thought it would be a good idea to start holding these kind of games again. The Olympic creed was something he wrote, and you do need to know this because there has been questions on this in previous exam papers. For example, you had to fill in the missing words from a selection of words given as a choice. So you had to assign the right word to the right space. Effectively, you can read this on your own, but effectively what this is saying is it's not just the winning, it's the taking part that counts. And the Olympic Games is very much about trying to develop these personal qualities as a real important factor for taking part in sport. So it says, for example, it is not the triumph, but the struggle. The essential thing is not to have conquered, but to have fought well. So that's the Olympic creed that you need to know about. You also could have some background knowledge on the first Olympic Games, which took place in 1896. However, it is unlikely that you are going to get an exam question about this or about the details around Pierre de Coubertin. He might be referenced as part of a question, unlikely that you'll need to know these details. So effectively with the Olympics, it's the Olympic creed, the Olympic flag or symbol, and most importantly, these Olympic values. You might have to think, for example, about an example in sport where these might have been shown So where in sport has determination been shown, and in particular a sport that is in the Olympics? Okay, let's give you a question on this one. So you have there got a question on the values that we've just been talking about, and a little bit like I just asked or explained, you've got to name a value, so try and remember Feed Rick, and then give an example from sport. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, here's the mark scheme. So you've got the Olympic values here, respect, excellence, friendship, courage, determination, inspiration, and equality. And you've got an example of each. Now, your examples might be slightly different, but they should be too different. So be strict with yourself about what the mark scheme says and what you've put, and make sure you make any changes to the answer that you've given. Okay, thank you very much.